Okay, that gets us to challenge number 9. Challenge number 9 says you should know how it begins by now, and it gives you a bunch of letters. And the words appear to be at least delimited by spaces. And you know that all of these messages are starting with the key for number and then whatever the number is. And so this might be a plain old substitution cipher, but you need to figure out what the mapping is from one character to the next. And so this is probably one of the harder levels for students to think about, because what they have to do is assume that the structure is the key for, and then they have to use a process of elimination and matching to fill in the rest of the characters. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll first fill in the key for number, and we don't know the number yet because you're actually not given that this is challenge number 9. You're just given the code snippet. So let me fill that in and restart the video. Okay, so at this point the key for number are the first 4 words, and we're just going to assume that right now. And if you look, this next word is probably going to be the actual number, and it begins with a Q. And we've already seen earlier that the Q is going to map to the letter N, so we can fill in N for Q. And then we also know that I maps to the letter E. So you can infer that this B, the letter B, which you don't have a mapping for in the previous letters, this is probably going to be I in order to make this number 9, which it is. And because that B is an I, you can then fill in this to be an I. And as we've seen, the message that we get is the key for number blank is. So you can probably guess that the little e is S as well. So let's fill that in. And now what we're going to do is on the right, where we see all of these other letters, this is probably going to be our key, our password to unlock the diary entry. So we'll use the letters that we figured out on the left to fill in as many letters on the right as we can. So let me go and do that. Okay, so if you fill in all of the letters from what you've decoded at the beginning, based on the key here, you'll find that every letter in this in the password can be mapped except for the G. There is no G that appears in the beginning of the sentence. And so then students are asked to actually guess what that letter is. And so if you look at this word, I think eventually, if you try all the different letters that don't appear in this sentence, I think you'll find that your best option is going to be an A. So Miriam's intrusion is the password that unlocks the entry number 9.